Good morning. This is Anne from Yoga Sanctuary to bring you a little yoga today since I cannot be there in person today. I wanted to point out before we begin just a few of my favorite things. And this is the church back here. The church light has to be on every time that we do yoga. Once in a while it doesn't get turned on and I'll see it's not on about halfway through or part way through and I'll go turn the light on. It's a beautiful little church from Mexico and has a light on with an angel in the front. I don't know how well you can see it. I'm not bringing it up close because I've got the camera all set up. And then another favorite is, this is a canvas of my son that is deceased. And he was yoga, massage therapy, hiker, adventurist, and taking people into many beautiful journeys in life. So those are a couple of my favorite things. And in the summer, when we cannot have a fire going on, this is a beautiful silk scarf that was donated by some loved ones at an event for yoga down in Fort Davis some years and years ago. And it says, your wings already exist. All you have to do is fly. So I just wanted to share those few things with you before we get started. I'm going to now pull out the chair. Thank you for bearing with me on that. I just had to share those things with you before we got started. So bringing ourselves nice and comfortable with the behind against the back of the chair and then bringing the back against the chair, heels below the knees. I know I say this every time we have yoga, but it's so important to get your seated posture correctly. And even when you sleep, or take a nap, it's good to not take your head, cocked over or anything like that, if at all possible, to have good posture when you're resting in a state of rest. So with hands down by your side and palms forward, let's take a big deep breath up, and we're absolutely thanking God for this day. We breathe in and we breathe out. Two more breaths like that. We're grateful for the space, being able to do some yoga, to calm the mind, ground the spirit and the body. Now rest your hands down. We're going to roll the shoulders back. And it's kind of one shoulder and then the other. Just kind of loosen them up. Now we rest our palms up in receiving the session, being hopeful of the session, and bringing your peace sign fingers to the crease in the thumb and resting those hands down. Taking breath, and you take notice of the breath moving through the chest and on down into the belly and back through when you exhale. I'm going to share with you tapping meditation today. We'll incorporate our meditation with the tapping. So still just sitting in good posture. I'll put my leg like this to hold up my page reminder. We'll remind ourselves that anxiety is not just felt in our mind, but within our whole body. Like pressure in the chest or tension in the stomach, which is why a technique like tapping that uses the mind and the body is so powerful. Anxiety often appears when we are worried about the future and feel disconnected from the present moment. Where does anxiety show up in your body? It might be the stomach, the chest, or the head. So let's begin by taking a nice, deep, calming breath. Easy breath in and easy breath out. We start by focusing on the anxiety and honoring the truth of how we feel, and so how we can lower the intensity with tapping and turn towards the positive. So let's tap. We're not going to tap in order today when we do the meditation. Let's tap on the side of the hand. And repeat this in your mind or in a whisper. Even though I am feeling somewhat anxious at times, I honor how I feel and I give my body permission to relax. Even though I feel this anxiety sometimes in my body, I honor how I feel and am open to more ease. Let's tap the other side of the hand. Even though I feel the tension in my body, I accept how I feel and I relax more and more with every tap. So continuing to tap there, side of the hand. We're then going to move over the eyebrows, tapping. All this anxiety, side of the eyes. I notice how it feels in my body, tapping under the eyes. I notice the weight of this emotion, tapping under the nose. All this anxiety in wherever this is, your head, your stomach, your shoulders. Under the mouth tapping, it's hard to relax. Collarbones with everything going on under the arm. This is a lot more to handle, a lot to handle. And I sometimes feel it in my body. Let's tap the other underarm. Tapping the top of the head. I do feel it in my body sometimes. Let's tap the eyebrows. Tapping on the eyebrow point, think about the biggest reason for feeling any anxiety. And don't worry about saying anything in a whisper here as you continue to tap on the eyebrow point. Simply focus on what is causing you individually the most anxiety. Let's tap side of the eyes. Now we're feeling present, safe, and grounded. And notice it is a particular task that leaves you feeling anxious. So simply think about it now as you tap. Tap under the eyes and ask yourself, what is this anxiety really about? What is it related to? So keep tapping and just notice what comes up. Maybe it's a lot of things, or maybe it's just one thing. All you have to do here is to be present with your thoughts as your body continues to relax. Let's tap under the nose. Take a breath with me. Being present of this moment now, allow the feelings that you have to rise up. Tap under the mouth. Begin to recognize and release the anxiety and just breathe deeply and let it go. Tap into the collarbones. Think about what's causing you this anxiety and notice how you can think about it, but now you feel more calm and a little relaxed in your body. Let's tap under the arm. You notice any remaining thoughts and feelings around this anxiety. Tap the other underarm, trusting that whatever comes up doesn't come up is perfect for you. Tapping to the top of the head. Just imagine how you'd approach whatever you're facing without the anxiety. How would you breathe? How would you feel in your body? Tap over the eyebrows. It's safe to release this anxiety. Side of the eyes. Right now and right here, under the eyes, I'm safe. Under the nose, I don't need to have all the answers right now. Under the mouth, even before anything changes, tapping the collarbones, I can begin to relax. Now under the arms again, I can't stress myself to a solution. We're going to tap the other underarm, and I'm going to repeat that. We cannot stress ourselves into a solution. Tapping across the chest. Moving to the top of the head, I choose peace instead. Eyebrows, I am open to inspiration. Side of the eyes, I don't need to force myself to relax. Under the eyes, I simply allow it to happen. Under the nose, take a breath. Relaxation is my natural state. Under the mouth, releasing tension in my body. Collarbones, it is safe for me to relax. I'm present in this moment as we tap under the arm. I'm going to tap the other underarm. I am present. I am right here, right now. Top of the head. As I allow the rest of my body to relax. Now rest your hands down wherever that would be comfortable for you. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, check in with yourself of how you feel. Check in again on the intensity of the stress and anxiety that you were feeling in the beginning to now. So in just those few moments of tapping, you began to calm the nervous system and rewire the brain to let go of this anxiety. The more you do this process, the more powerful it will be. So I highly recommend that you tap every day and not just the days that you come to yoga. So with hands resting down by your side, let's shake out those arms. Just like the hands have too much water on the hands and you're shaking them out. Just shake it. Breathe in, lift up. Release down. Let's rest our hands with palms down on the legs and just take a breath. Make your breath audible when you breathe out. That shows the brain that you are letting go, you are relaxing. And we're going to bring our hands down by our side now and just go through our cross body, bringing a balance to the mind, the body, and the spirit. So hand to opposite shoulder, all the way down and other arm. One more time each way. Relaxing the arms down. We'll move to doing hand to hip. Halfway there, so let's bring ourselves halfway through the chair. Resituate your feet, sit up straight and tall even though you don't have the back of the chair, and hand to opposite knee. All the way down, other hand to knee. Rest those arms down. This time we're going to pick the foot up to meet the hand. So opposite hand and foot. You can see why this is also good for the belly. When we strengthen our abs, we make our back stronger. One more time, each way. Bringing your hands on around the back. Catch hold of the chair where it's most comfortable and natural for you. We're going to lean forward and rely on our hands to keep us in the chair. And we're going to breathe in, face and chest up. Release down. 2 more breaths like that. And commend yourself for not just getting up out of the bed today, that you also came to do this today, to soothe your spirit, move your body. One more movement like this. And back to your center. And keep your left hand on the back of the chair, other hand to the leg, opposite leg, and come on, twist around. You know, twisting positions help us to become more flexible in our body, but also in our emotions. It helps us to become more flexible, more forgiving of others and forgiving of ourselves. Let's come on around the other way. And back at center. Drop your hands down by your side and simply take a breath and shrug your shoulders up toward your ears. Relax the shoulders down. We're going to breathe in, bring them up. And drop your shoulder, lean over to the other shoulder. Stretch that arm out a little bit. Just helps that stress roll off the shoulder, down the arm, out the hand to be gone. Drop both shoulders down, shrug them up. Drop that other shoulder, stretch that arm out a little bit. Flex your hand, your wrist. Now relax. Let's draw a little circle with our nose. Round the other way. And we're going to take a big breath up. Bring your hands on down by your feet. Bring that energy from the earth all along the body, up and open in a rain energy shower. And come on up. And let us do 2 more. Drawing the arms up. We're going to reach one hand up into the sky and then the other. And you just kind of cross over, making a little X. Reaching that hand up comfortably high. And think about your back, how good this is for your back. And to stretch along your spine. Turn your palms upward and we ask for God's help, His protection, His blessing, and to give us the strength we need to move through each day. And let's drop right elbow on top of left and wrap your arms as best as you can. We breathe and focus, stretch across the shoulders, and turning just a few inches side to side. Let's draw those elbows back, turn your palms, turn toward your head, and turning a little bit side to side. Bring your attention to your hands. Maybe you feel some energy in your hands, or you can imagine it. And drop those arms down and shake them out. Bring it up. Reach high. and left elbow on top of right, and wrap your arms in bind position, releasing tension across the back and the shoulders. I like to sometimes take my thumb and place it right in between my eyebrows and just lightly press in and remind myself to pay attention to all that goes on in life. Awakenings, epiphanies, new ideas. Come to be still. We're going to unwind those arms and shake them out. Now let's take your left arm up. We're going to reach high, expand the space between those two hands, and drop that left hand to the back shoulder. Other hand helps that elbow press up. Stretch that arm up. I'm going to take it forward and out, back as far as you can, and bring it across. And I'm going to hook my arm and bring it in, stretch it in. Take a nice deep breath, and then open up that arm again. I like to put my hand where my arm joins the body and press. And I want to stretch up that other arm, reach it up, hands really far apart. And then I want to take that hand to the back. That other hand helps the elbow up. Deep breath. And bring that arm up and out and over. Hook it. Bring it in. Breathe with me. And stretch that on open. I want to come back at center and allow our arms to just rest down. Now we've done a lot of work with our arms, so let's let them rest as we work with the legs. I'm going to scoot myself to the edge of the chair or so. Resituate my feet and bring the feet on out wide. And the hands are on the inside of the knees, encouraging the legs open. So as we hang out here for a few breaths, bring your mind down to the tailbone and breathe in all the way up the front of the spine to include to the crown of the head, and breathing out down the back of the spine. Let's do 2 more breaths like that, and we're going to ask for a healing of the spine, a healthy spine to support our body for the length of time that we live, our spirit lives in the body. Slip your hands to be midway of the thighs. We're going to take face toward the floor, toward the ground. Look dramatically to your left, and a nice stretch through your neck as we take an extra breath right here. Turn and look toward your other direction. Now we're going to do that one more time each way, and always mindful of your own body and how it feels. And let's alternate. Back at center. Let's keep those knees open a little bit more, and hands to heart. And the hands, the thumbs touch the chest and gives you a sense of grounding. Your feet to the earth, a sense of grounding. Your bottom to the chair, a sense of grounding. And the crown of the head lifts toward the sky, a sense of lifting, lightness. Puts us in a better mood. May we be able to show others God on our face and in our words and our actions. So rest and hands down. Zigzag those feet back in to hip width. And we're going to hug in left leg. And then you bring up good posture, and we're going to focus on the foot. So point and flex your foot. Draw circles with your toes. and around the other way. Now let's take another breath, and we're going to breathe out and nose to knee toward each other. And let's stretch that leg out. Toes up, breathe in, face up, and release down. Reach out. Breathe in, come up. Breathe out, go down. 2 more breaths like that. Back in at your center, bringing that foot in. We look at our feet, they're around 4 inches apart. We're going to pick up that other leg and hug it in with good posture. We sit erect, ears over the shoulders and shoulders over the hips. Point and flex your foot. I want to draw circles with the toes. And back around the other direction. Take a breath, and when you breathe out, nose and knee toward each other. Stretch that leg out and heel to the ground. Breathe in, lift up, face up, and trust and confidence. Release down toward your foot in humble gratitude. Breathe in, come up, and release. Let's do 2 more breaths like that. Back at center. Bring that foot back in. Now let's bring our hands to our shoulders. Fingers are at the back. And this one is kind of like a little marching. And we're going to take elbow and knee toward each other. So just picking up one and then the other. So you want to use your strength, no plopping of your foot down, just using your strength, nice and slow, up and down. One more each way, working that stomach a little bit. All right, just rest that, keep your hands there. Take a nice deep breath. We're going to take elbow to opposite knee. So bring that in. Nice and slow, methodical, working the stomach, strengthening the back. And even if you only come a little way, just a couple of inches, that's okay. Just do what's right for you today. Not every day is the same. We all know that. Relax that down and hands down. Feeling pretty good about the work we've been doing on our mind, our body, and our spirit. We cover a lot of ground in 45 minutes or so, 45 to 50 minutes in yoga. It's like a journey, like a trip. So check in with yourself. If you think you need some help from the chair to get up, do that. But otherwise, right hand opposite shoulder, always that, and left over right. Bring yourself up with the strength in your legs. And let's just stand for a couple of breaths in mountain pose. Palms are forward. And relax your arms. And we're going to turn our chair to accommodate what we're going to be doing now. So let's step ourselves back and stretch through the back, and reminding always about doing this at the counter of the bathroom or kitchen at home. Stretch your hips back. Breathe in, come up. Stretch your hips back. And one more. The goal is for the head to be between the elbows, but it's okay if it's not. I'm going to come up and step left foot forward. I'm going to bend that knee. Ears over shoulders and shoulders over hips. Bring the left arm up because the left knee is bent. And bring your hand back down to the chair. Come on up, straight legs, leaning over and lifting right leg if that feels balanced to you today. Bend your leg and knee to the right. And bring that foot down beside the other. Slow, methodical moves. Let's come up on our toes and back on our heels. Stepping left foot back, bending right knee. Deep breath. Right knee is bent, so right arm goes up. Warrior pose. We're all warriors to be here today. We are young and brave. And we are young until we are done. Bring a hand back to the chair. Come on up on your left toes. Leaning forward and leg up. Bend it, a knee to the left. And bringing that foot down. We can look at our feet, see that they're about 4 inches apart. Feet nice and even. Knees are slightly bent, and we're going to take a breath, and when you breathe out, squat. Behind goes back, face and chest forward. Breathe in, come up. And let's do a few more, and perhaps going a little deeper each time if that works for you. And one more time. Scoot your hips forward and arch back a little bit. And back at center. So let's step back about a half a step. I'm going to work on our legs a bit. So perhaps just fingers to the back of the chair. We're going to lift up right leg and coming up about the back of the chair height. Nice and slow up and slow down. Shift on over to the other leg. So it's going to go 1, 2 to come up and 1, 2, 3, 4 to go down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Sink our hips toward the chair again, face up. Now let's step our feet a little wide. For you, you can have your heels on the mat and bending one knee, then the other. You know, the beautiful thing about yoga is it's everybody's personal journey. If a certain move makes you dizzy, then you back up and you don't do that too much. You know, you don't go deep into the move. If something bothers your body in some way, then you just make accommodations. You're the boss of your body. All right, we'll come to be still. And as though we have a book balanced on our head, let's take a breath, and when we breathe out, squat. Breathe in, come up. All right, on this next one that we come down, let's hold it for 2 extra breaths if you can. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, come up. Hand down toward your right foot. And coming up, and other hand down. And coming up. Let's bring our feet back in to hip width. Let's lock out our knees, and we're going to bring straight right leg back and down. Back quickly, slow down. And one more. Relax, and other leg. And one more. Let's step back just a little bit, maybe a few inches. Holding on with the fingers, and want to pick up right leg up to about chair height and down, up and down. Bring that down, and then other leg. Keep looking forward. Those legs can move without us looking at them. One more. Hips toward the chair, arch back. This helps undo a lot of that sitting that we do. Try not to sit too long without getting up and moving around. So pick it up right leg and open it out to the side. I call this one swing the gate. One more. All right, other leg. Pick it up, open, back, and down. One more. All right, hips toward the chair again, arching back, stretching where the legs join the body. So we've been doing a lot of activity standing up. So let's stretch into our back with down dog. And just stretching back again. We do this at the beginning of the standing. Breathe in, come up. Breathe out, go down. One more. All right, come on up. We're going to bring that chair back, and we're either going to come back to the chair or situate yourself onto the floor. So whether you're on the floor or in the chair, you're going to make accommodations for yourself as I guide through just a little bit more movement. So reach down toward your toes. Come on up, and we're going to hug in left leg. Wrap your arms around that leg. And we'll stretch out that leg and hug in the other one. We'll stretch that out and come on down onto your back. Use your abs as much as you can to come down. Use your hands if you need to. I'm going to stretch the arms over the shoulders. Reach and stretch. Bring one hand down by your side and then alternate. Back at center, and you're going to roll your face to the right far as you comfortably can. And let's stay here for another breath. Softly roll your face to the left. Stay here for an extra breath. And back at center. Now it's commendable if you can get on the floor to do these last few movements. Just getting down and getting up is a big deal, you know. It's a great movement of the whole body. But if you feel you need to remain in a chair, that is your prerogative. But if any way at all possible that you can get to the floor and back up, then do so. Or plan to do so in the near future. Make that your goal. Let's bring flat feet to the ground and the hips are a little close to the body. And let's try flattening our back to the mat like we're trying to make an impression in wet sand with our whole spine. Our shoulders are down. If you lay your hands on your shoulders, that helps your shoulders relax to the mat. Now relax your back. Drift your legs side to side. And we're going to stretch both of our legs up into the air. And get those legs as straight as you can. Little scissors. Hug in your legs. Hold on below or behind your knees and rock side to side. Just massaging through the back to the ground. Now hug in right leg and stretch out left. Hug in left leg, stretch out right. Ease your feet down and scoot them on out to the end of the mat. And we're going to take a few sacred moments to just reward ourselves and surrender to the mat, the mind, and the body. bringing yourself on around to coming up. Just take your time. So we're going to bring our session to close, but we will hold this feeling all the rest of the day. And if you gain one thing from what we do the whole session, I highly recommend that it is the tapping. That if you were to tap every day, it doesn't matter if you go in order, if you just tap and breathe for a few precious moments, it will calm your emotions. So our thread for thought to close the session is tip your server, return your shopping cart, pick up some trash, hold the door for the person behind you, let someone in your lane when you're driving. Small acts have a ripple effect, and that is how we change the world. So we bring our hands to heart, and thank you for so much for doing yoga with me today. God bless your day. Namaste.